Okay, so for our surrealist paintings, uh, you already have your drawing drawn out. I just have this section here because I'm just doing a demonstration. We're going to be using watercolor, and so I'm just doing this video just to show you a couple different watercolor techniques. Now, one thing that we have, of course, you've probably seen this type of set of watercolors, the cakes of watercolor. Since, elementary school, you can use these to get big areas of color. And then we also have these watercolor pencils. So make sure that when you only need to take like 3 or 4 colors, whatever colors you're going to be using. The reason you know it's a watercolor pencil is because it says right here, watercolor, and then there's a little brush right there on the pencil itself. So please make sure, do not put these into the orange baskets with the regular color pencils. We want to keep these in the box of watercolor pencils and keep those separate, all right? And so with watercolor, again, with the cake, some of you may have used these before. You can, I'm gonna make my character here kind of like an avatar person, so I'm gonna have this blue person. You can put water down onto the paper and then get some of the color from the cake here and then add that into it. It gives you a nice sort of blended effect if you want to blend things out, all right? And then you can move the color around. And so with watercolor, you want to start off light. You want to start with the water, and you can always add more pigment. But if you put a lot of pigment down, a lot of color down right away, you can't take that away. Once it's in the paper, it's really in the paper, so there's no erasing. So you want to sort of slowly build up. And you can see now if I take the brush and I go in, you can almost draw with it. And then if you want to blend that out more, you get some more water and blend it in. Okay. So again, you want to sort of slowly build up the surface. Now with the watercolor pencils, those I want to have these green eyes on my avatar person here. And so I'm going to use the color pencil just like you would just a regular color pencil. And so I'm going in and I'm putting that in, putting in some green there, leaving that highlight of the eye. And then I'm going to take the brown, because if you look very closely at green eyes, it usually has some brown in it. And just adding a little bit of detail here. And then, again, you probably want to get a couple different size brushes. And then I'm just going to take just a little bit of water here. And then with this type of, you can blend after you put the pencil down, and then you blend with the water into it, okay? One thing that you don't want to do, please don't take the watercolor pencils and put them into wet areas, because what happens is the water seeps into the pencil itself and then the pencil gets ruined. So make sure with the watercolor pencils that you're putting the color down first. Again, I'm creating my avatar person here, so they're going to be blue. So you can do this, sort of put the pencil down first. And then I want to have some shadow areas and put in shadow areas. And so I'm sort of overlapping it before I add the water. Now, if there's other things that I want to add to that, I can always go back and add some of the cake watercolor in there too. But you see, I went ahead and put the shadows in, and then when you brush that, you see it's just like as if you're putting the pigment down, and then that way you have more control with the color pencils. You have a bit more control, and you can move that around. And then it gives you that watercolor effect once you add the water, okay? So this will be for our surrealist drawings. Now, once this is dry, I can go back in with a pen or pen and ink and draw back into the watercolor as well with a pen and ink, all right? That's another technique you may want to try. All right, have fun. Good luck.